morning everyone and welcome to a new video, but not just any old video on the channel. As I speak, it is currently Friday the 5th of May 2023 and tonight I am making a trip down to Stansted where I will be staying overnight because tomorrow I have a pretty early flight to Germany and specifically to Cologne, and when I get there it is going to be a double header and it is of course the first of a 3-part trip, and what a unique doubleheader it is going to be. At 2 PM European time, I will be watching a bit of a Cologne derby. It is the FC Cologne second team versus SC Fortuna Cologne in Regional Liga West before I get the train over into Belgium and to Liège for Standard de Liège versus KAA Gent in the Belgian Pro League Conference League playoffs. So, without further ado, let's get into this. This is going to be one hell of a weekend, and what a way to start it all off. Let's get into this. Let's get that train down to Stansted. So that is me in the Premier Inn for Stansted Airport, although I severely underestimated just how far away it is from the airport itself. But it is an early start for me tomorrow, an early flight, but honestly I cannot wait to do this video and just get firstly to Cologne, then onwards to Liège and just make the video, because this has been months and months of planning, replanning, and just each step I've taken over the last couple of weeks, so getting games finalised, getting hotels confirmed and that, it's just all started to feel more and more real, and tomorrow's going to be an unbelievable day. But for now, I am going to get my head down, get some sleep, and we will go again in the morning. So it is currently 4:52 AM on Saturday the 6th of May 2023. Later on today, old Sausage Fingers is going to get a crown on his head. But for me, it is time. 2 games, 2 countries, let's go. Willkommen in Deutschland. We're going to go into Cologne city centre for a little bit, have a look around, then we will get into the really important stuff, which is of course the football. So that is the sightseeing over and done with, and I cannot recommend this city enough. What a place this is, and especially Cologne Cathedral. Wow, what an unbelievable building. Seriously, like, if this place isn't on your bucket list, then get it on it, because if you come here you'll not regret it. I mean, the only maybe regret I will have from this trip is that I'm not really spending long enough here, but all the same, I am grateful for the time that I've got. But anyway, let's talk about the football now, and Going into this game this afternoon, the FC Cologne second team are 13th in the Regional Liga West table. No sort of real danger of relegation or anything like that. Plus, as well, you've got to remember these are sort of merely sort of development sides. So, like, you'll have players in there that maybe that one day will obviously have dreams of pushing into the FC Cologne first team. But all the same, I'm sure they'll want to make a pretty good impression. I'm half expecting a pretty decent turnout at this game this afternoon. Actually, obviously, the FC Cologne first team played last night, and the fans are going to be on a real high after beating Bayer Leverkusen, which is a game we're of course meant to be at while it was still scheduled for the Sunday, but it wasn't to be, and I'm not going to let that one thing tarnish this entire trip. But as for Fortuna Cologne, they are currently in 4th place, and it's a bit of a nothing game this afternoon, really. Like, both teams aren't going up, but aren't going down. But all the same, it is still obviously a Cologne derby. There's the sort of bragging rights at stake and what have you. So yeah, I'm really excited about this afternoon, I've got to say. I think obviously the game I'm at tonight will be regarded as the main event of the day, but I'm excited for this. Like, this is what these trips are about, to discover new grounds, new leagues, new places that I maybe wouldn't have even considered otherwise. So let's go find out what the Regional Liga West is all about. Let's head down to the Franz Kramer Stadion and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up, FC Cologne getting ready down here. I'm assuming they're going to be in traditional red and white colours. Fortuna getting ready in the distance, and not entirely sure what colours they're going to be in. Anyway, we will find out when the players are coming out of the tunnel. Let's crack on with game 1 of the trip. Taking the teams of Fortuna in a change strip of white, it seems. I'm running away. Oh, it's in! Well, first goal of the trip didn't take long. Half time, FC Cologne 1, SC Fortuna Cologne 1. despite the fact that there was 2 relatively early goals, there's been very little in the way of chances. But all the same, this is an absolutely tremendous experience. Obviously, the FC Cologne fans have sort of congregated in the little corner in the seated section, and they're creating a hell of a noise. I mean, if it's that loud in a ground like this, it's essentially in the middle of a park. Like, this ground is essentially, if there was a football ground in the middle of P-Zone Park. That's just a reference for if there's anyone from Scarborough watching. And yet they're still making a hell of a noise. So if it's that loud in here, and God knows what it's like at the main stadium, like, I'd love to come back and experience that one day. It's just very hard to get tickets, but nothing's impossible. So anyway, it's been a tight game. It's been relatively even. I mean, in terms of the chances, say Fortuna maybe shaded them, but still a long way to go in this game yet. This game really could go either way, I'd say. Goalkeeper's not happy.
Oh no, what a goal that would have been. It's gone really quiet, so I can only assume this is this has got to be choreographed, this. It's choreographed. Meanwhile, the wraps it up! This is amazing, this. The other time board's gone up, but I didn't actually see it go up, so I don't know how long's left. I love this photographer's commitment, by the way. Like, he doesn't need a stool, he's just, anything goes to get the best shot. Fair play. Well, 1 down, 3 to go.
Full-time FC Cologne 3, Fortuna Cologne 1, and I've got to say that really did exceed my expectations. I must say, I went into it with slightly lower expectations what I have for the other 3 games while I'm out on the continent, but I really enjoyed that. I wasn't sure what to expect with the standard of football or the atmosphere, given that obviously it is just FC Cologne's reserves, it's not a first team game, but as I said at half time, if that's what the fans are like for the second team, then God knows what they're like for the first team, and it's something that I'd really love to come back and experience one day. It's going to be easier said than done given how hard it is to get tickets for them, but it's most definitely on the bucket list now, and I thought the young FC Cologne side played really well there this afternoon. I think they really ramped up the pressure towards the end. I think Fortuna had a fair few mistakes in them sort of throughout the afternoon, and FC eventually sensed that and just went at them and got their just rewards. And you've got to remember, going into the game, FC were 13th in the table, Fortuna were 4th, so the odds have been overturned a little bit, but as I say, it was thoroughly deserved for FC on the day. But that is part one of this video now done. I'm currently at Cologne Hauptbahnhof station. Forgive me if there's any Germans watching this, forgive me if I've said that wrong, but I'm currently waiting for the train over to Liège, of course, in Belgium, for Standard Liège versus Gent. So really can't wait for this one. Let's get the train into Belgium. Bienvenue de Belgique. I'm just going to go to the hotel now and then I'll check in, drop my bags off, and we will do the match preview. So here I am in my hotel room in Liège. Best get a shift on really, because the game actually starts in an hour and 20 minutes. But anyway, they're going into it tonight, as I mentioned way back at the start of this video. This is of course the Conference League playoffs. So basically what that is once the Belgian league splits, the top 4 sort of battle it out for the title, and the next 4 after that battle it out for the last European spot, and that is what's going on tonight. And going into it, Gent are currently in 5th place, so they are currently occupying that last spot. However, hot on their tails just now are of course Standard Liège in 6th. There's only 2 points difference, so this is a really big game this tonight. I think a draw probably would suit Gent that bit more, but obviously I mean, a draw won't be too bad for Standard. I mean, bearing in mind that after these splits, the teams in each group do play each other twice, so there is still another game between the two, of course, to come. But if Standard really want that spot, then they really need to make a statement of intent tonight. But really looking forward to this. It looks an absolutely fantastic stadium, to be fair. Can't wait to experience it. Hopefully the atmosphere will be good. I believe the away fans are in the same stand as me, so that could make it that bit more spicy. But let's head on down to the Stade Maurice de France. I think I've said that right. If there's anyone from Belgium watching, again, apologies if my pronunciations are a bit off. But let's find out how it all unfolds. There it is, a new one off the list, and what a stadium this looks to be, by the way. Can't wait to go inside. So the team's warming up, and Gent's getting ready in the distance. They're going to be in, looks as though maybe all blue this evening. And Standard are getting ready just down here. They're going to be in red. Anyway, I'll see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel. And yeah, I'm really impressed with the stadium. It is mint. half-time standard to Liège 0, KAA Gent 1. You could say the home side's performance hasn't been up to standard. I'll get my coat. But seriously, they'd have been really poor on the ball. They'd have had such a lack of creativity. They look a bit tactically inept, to be honest with you. But one thing that's not in question is these fans, because the ones, especially on the opposite side, have been absolutely unbelievable. I mean, that display before the game, as the players coming out telling, wow, that was something else. It really was. But in terms of what this would mean for the table and that, the Standard need to at least not lose this game. Otherwise, I think these Conference League playoffs are over before they've even properly begun. I mean, they could obviously beat Gent in Gent, but by then it might be rendered a little bit insignificant. So this is an important second half for Standard Liège.
What's going on here? Well, I have to say, I've never seen anything like this before. Standard thought they should have had a penalty. Gent thought they'd scored. This is so bizarre. I think VAR is in place in the Belgian league. It's a drop ball. So neither the penalty nor the goal. How very odd. Standard announced 10 men, second bookable offence. It's not their night. 7 minutes of added time. It's surely the last chance for them to get it forward. Corner! It's a corner. It's probably the last chance of the game. Keeper! Oh, it's another corner.
Full-time Standard de Liège 1, KAA Gent 2. It is going to take quite a long time for it to sink in just how much I actually have managed to cram into one day. I mean, the fact that leaving the Premier Inn at Stansted on a shuttle bus was today is just I really can't get my head around it. It just that feels like it was months ago. So yeah, a truly like a day I'll never forget. But all the same, I'm really proud of myself that I went through with it, and yeah, it's going to be one to tell the grandkids, that's for sure. In terms of the that Standard Liège game, the highlights were a bit few and far between, but that's because despite the fact when there was incidents, there was major incidents, that they were pretty much all that there was to the game. Like there were sort of many occasions where either goalkeeper was forced into a proper save, or like neither team like rattled the crossbar or anything like that. So that's why it might feel a little bit like shorter, but big ups to the Standard Liège fans tonight. Like that atmosphere was just absolutely sensational. I was told before I came to Belgium, obviously this is the first time I've ever been to Belgium full stop, whether that be for football or for something else. I was told that this country has a lot about it, and by God, how right were those people that were telling me that. Like, thank you for the recommendations. Like, honestly, I want to see more of this little country. Like, maybe one day I might go to Ghent itself. Might go to Genk. Might go to Anderlecht. Might go to Club Brugge. Might go watch Cercle Bruges. I'm going to keep my options open when it comes to this country as well. Like, maybe one year I might even have just a weekend where I just stick purely to Belgium and just see how many games I can get done. Because obviously with Germany, it's a massive country. You pretty much have to pick sort of one part of it and just about stick to it. Like if you that's if you're only going for a weekend, that is. I guess you could do more if you were going for like a week or something like that. But certainly, as I said, a day I will never ever forget. And as you can probably tell, I am very tired. Was up since 4 o'clock in the morning UK time. It's now just gone midnight on mainland Europe. So I've done like 28,000 steps today, something like that. I've obviously had some very nice weather, had some very horrible weather, as per the just after full time at the Cologne game. Like, didn't get any of it on camera, but I was waiting for an Uber. It was an absolute monsoon, and my shoes were wringing wet through, my hoodie was wringing wet through. I was just sort of praying that nothing in my bag had got damaged, because my iPad was in there, my passport was in there. Thankfully, my bag did its job. So, yeah, as I say, a day like no other. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we're heading into the Netherlands. It is Fortuna Sittard versus Vitesse Arnhem. So, really looking forward to that. Went to the Netherlands in 2018, and I'd say that's probably the best like European week I'd ever done. So I think now this may be starting to catch up a little bit, but we'll wait and see. But certainly a hell of a day today, and I think that is now where Ghent's pretty much secured for European spot. I can't see them slipping, seeing them letting it slip from here. But until tomorrow, take care, cheers for watching, and I'll see you later.